A cheerful good morning and a very warm welcome to once again all of you on in this GK class. Once again, I welcome you back on behalf of Sunbeam Academy. Starting with our today's discussion, again, first going ahead with some of the news headlines or news related to your COVID 19. As per the vaccination drive, which has already been started, after 8 days or something, we have got less than 100, or after 8 months, we have got less than 800 number of cases in a day. Okay, so the ongoing result is that each and every day we are going ahead, thereby defeating this COVID 19, coming out of this pandemic situation one by one. As all of us we know, that is, we are going through this pandemic situation, or we can say that we are towards the end of this pandemic situation. So let's hope for the best, and especially let us not be very much careless enough in those last times, as if you know that even spark can even result into the destruction of a forest. एक चिंगारी भी पूरे जंगल को जला सकती है. So maybe our last carelessness or last mistake can even result into some kind of troubles. So since we have spent quite a long time till now, so let us not be a part or be a victim of this COVID-19 virus. So I request everyone to take utmost precautions, all the necessary precautions which is necessary, so that you as well as your family remains on a safer side. I request everyone to please, and at the same time, limit yourself from going out or playing outdoor games, as you are able to observe that people are carelessly, without any awareness, or we cannot say without any awareness, basically without knowingly or unknowingly, none of them, they are following the COVID-19 precautions. As a result of you, I hope most of you have started your outdoor games as well. But I request you to please restrict yourself for some more days, so that you as well as your family remains on a safer side. Let us start with our today's class. What I remember is that in the last class we were not able to do both the pages due to some network issues, and that was, I hope, page number 60 and 61. All right, so on if you are able to observe here, okay, on 28th of January, that was Thursday last week, we were about to do this page number 60 and 61, but we were not able to do just because of that network issue which was there. Let us try to finish this today. Before that, let us go ahead with the syllabus first. We have the annual here, that is I hope as per the instructions it was 60 and 61. Okay, so these two page numbers were there, that is the last page of our environment and the very first page of India and the world, because till 55 we have already completed in our periodic test 2 here. Okay, so let us start with page number 60 followed by page number 61. Okay, what I remember is that we had I started with the introduction, or basically the discussion. I asked some of you to explain some of the environmental issues, but we were not able to continue with it. Most probably I will try my level best to continue this part in one of the Zoom classes or in one of the revision classes whenever we get the time. Okay, but still I will be giving you the overview here, that is save the environment, as the page number suggests here, that is the topic, save the environment. As all of us we know that currently the situations of environment is deteriorating day by day, and at the same time most of us, not only people, even the government as well, is very much cautious enough, taking a lot of measures preventive measures in order to protect ourselves from the natural disasters. If you will go through, if you have the newspapers of yesterday only, you'll be able to find one of the ladies speaking on this, as there was some special day or something, whatever it was. that if we are not going to save our environment is not going to leave us. That is, we are going to face the severe consequences of the destruction of the environment as well as its quality and everything. Okay, so the very first thing is your depleting of ozone layer. As all of us we know, that is ozone layer is what? It is one of the layers which is present in the stratosphere. Okay, when the name has come here, so I would like to show you here. Okay, if you can see here, most probably it is here only. Sorry for this. No, not there, not able to get it. And the moon, rocks and minerals. Alright, leave it. If we talk about basically, so we have 5 layers in our atmosphere, starting from your troposphere, and all these layers, they have some or the other special features which are present in them. Okay, when we start with the very first one, that is since we are talking about ozone layer, so it is present in the most probably it is the second or the third layer, that is the stratosphere, which is there in our environment. Troposphere is there, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere and your exosphere. Most probably these are there. Okay, so this ozone layer is present in the stratosphere and it is protecting us from the harmful UV radiations, okay, which are reaching up to the earth's surface. How it is protecting it, all of us we have already studied, but still since we have got the time here, so most probably I will try to show you here. Okay, just hold on. Ozone layer depletion, here it is. Okay, here it is. I hope all of you are able to see this much better. Okay, so if you are able to see, that is, if this is there, so this is what actually is, that is the lower surface. This is our earth surface where human beings and everyone is present here. This ozone layer is forming a gas, or basically a gaseous layer only, which is present in the stratosphere. When the harmful radiations from the sun, they start coming towards the earth, they encounter with this ozone layer. And what does this ozone layer does? It spreads all these harmful UV radiations. ठीक है, तो ये क्या काम करते हैं, पूरी की पूरी रेज, पूरी की पूरी रेडिएशन से स्प्रेड हो जाती हैं इस पूरे अर्थ के सरफेस पे, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द यूवी रेडिएशंस गेट्स रिड्यूस्ड. ठीक है, साइंस में आप लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा मोस्ट प्रोबेबली, as you have the chapter light here. Okay, so in the light chapter you have studied about the magnifying glass and everything. Okay, तो magnifying glass में आप क्या देखते हो कि जब आप सन में यूज करते हो तो वो सारी की सारी सनलाइट को कन्वर्ज करके एक पेपर पे पिन पॉइंट कर देता है एंड द पेपर गेट्स बर्न्ट अप. ठीक है, यही होता है. तो in that case, why the paper is getting burnt up, or why it starts burning, or why a hole is created in that, that is just because that spread amount or that large amount of sunlight rays, they are being concentrated at one point. Okay, so the same thing happens here also. That is, if all the sun rays would be able to reach to the Earth's surface directly, then whatever things would be present on this Earth's surface, they all would have got burnt up as a result of this harmful UV radiations. Okay, but since all these UV radiations, they are not able to concentrate at one point, okay, so they get spread over this larger surface area, and the intensity, harmfulness of this UV radiations gets reduced here. Okay, that is why it is very much important, this ozone layer. Okay, moving ahead with this, our topic here. So the gradual depletion of the ozone layer in the upper atmosphere is mostly caused by the release of chemical compounds from industries and other human activities involving gaseous chlorine and bromine. Okay, so all those industries and factories or any kind of human activity which is releasing these two elements, basically your chlorine and bromine, okay, in the gaseous form, is resulting in the depletion of ozone layer. ये एक नई चीज आपको अभी पता चली है. I don't think most of you would be knowing it. If you would be knowing it, very less percentage of students would be there who are aware of this part. नहीं तो आज तक आपको यही पढ़ाया गया है, that is CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, is basically responsible for the depletion of the ozone layer. Okay, since you all are being a part of geography students as well, SST students as well, so your teacher might have told you about the regions of Antarctica or somewhere else where the hole is there. If you can see, here it is, that is in the polar regions, especially over Antarctica, a hole has been created as a result of depletion of this ozone layer. And since a hole has been created, so all of you know that the sun rays would be able to directly reach the surface of the earth. And since the sun rays, harmful UV rays, they are able to directly reach to the surface of the earth, they are causing a lot of damage in these areas. Okay, ozone depletion is a serious threat to humanity because it significantly increases the amount of harmful UV radiations that reaches the earth's surface. This has resulted in increasing the rate of skin cancers, eye cataracts and genetic and immune system damage. ठीक है, अभी जब आप graduations या फिर higher classes में आप लोग पढ़ेंगे इस चीज को कि this harmful UV radiation is able to cause genetic changes as well. ठीक है, अब जी यहाँ से genetic भी आया है, तो genetic की अगर हम बात करें, ठीक है, तो this also you all would have studied. ठीक है, मुझे most probably, ठीक है, मुझे जहाँ तक लगता है, when you all would have studied this cell chapter in bio. Okay, so your ma'am or sir, whomsoever is teaching it, so he or she would have taught you that where are these genes located, what is the function of the genes, okay, and what is basically the important role and the structures and everything. Okay, what is the genes and everything. If not, please do specify me in the query session so that I'll be able to explain you in the next class. Okay, or do remind me in the next class so that I will be able to beforehand, just one day before or one day before only, that would be the right time, so that when I'm preparing the lectures, in that case I'll be able to include that topic as well. So if you would have understood, well and good. If not, please do tell me so that I will be able to explain that as well. So this harmful UV radiations is able to cause genetic changes as well, resulting into skin cancers and various kinds of diseases. Okay, that is your immune system damage. And if your immune system gets damaged, so you are going to suffer from some or the other illness. And since your immune system is not very strong, that will result into the seriousness of the minor illness as well. The same like your AIDS category. Okay, because AIDS भी शायद आप लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा कि that is your acquired immune deficiency syndrome caused by your HIV virus. Okay, so what does that do? That directly affects your immune system only. तो इस केस में क्या होता है कि even the persons who is having minor cough or cold and cough, okay, that can also result into the death of a person. Or if a minor burn is there, if a minor cut is there in the body of the patient who is having AIDS, these minor cuts or common injuries or common illness can result into the death of the person, as the immune system of that person is very very weak. And since the immune system is very very weak, the person will not be able to recover himself, which will result into the death of that person. Okay, moving ahead with this, we have, that is the next one, pollution. All of us, we are continuously studying about this as a part of EVS, environmental science here. That is, pollution or contamination of environment is often the result of the development of new products through the control of nature to improve the standard of living of humans. As of now, most of the world's air, water and land is partially poisoned by chemical waste, making some places almost uninhabitable, that is not fit for livelihood. Pollution exposes people to new risks from diseases. Many species of plants and animals have become endangered or are now extinct as a result of pollution. Most governments across the world have now passed laws to limit or reverse the threat of environmental pollution. Okay. What I remember is that I would have shared some of the current affairs also related to climate emergency. Okay, and let me show you that as well. See here. New Zealand was the country which declares climate emergency. New Zealand on December 2nd, 2020 declared the climate emergency. The country pledged to become carbon neutral by the year 2025. The climate emergency declaration came following the findings, that is came मतलब ये कब लागू किया गया, जब उनकी findings हुई, research हुई of an intergovernmental panel that stated that in order to prevent over a 1.5 degree Celsius rise in global warming, मतलब ये पूरे अर्थ का टेम्परेचर अगर हमें प्रिवेंट करना है 1.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस बढ़ने से, तो the emission should be cut off by 45% by 2023 from 2010 levels and reach zero by the year 2050. Okay, so this was there related to your this pollution. Please do remember it. Okay, that is New Zealand was the country which declares climate emergency. So here it is basically the land pollution, air pollution, soil already comes in the land only, as well as air and water pollutions. All of them, they are responsible for deteriorating the quality of our environment, and each and every one is suffering from it. हम ये कहते हैं कि हाँ हमें कुछ नहीं हुआ है, हम बहुत healthy हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. ठीक है, if you try to compare yourself with the older peoples, okay, आप देखते हो कि हम लोग को अभी से स्पेक्ट्स लग जाते हैं. ठीक है, वी आर नॉट एबल टू होल्ड, और कफ एंड कोल्ड हो जाता है तो हम बहुत परेशान हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, दवा खाने लगते हैं, ये खाने लगते हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें करने लगते हैं. बट इफ यू वुड बी एबल टू फाइंड योर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स, इवन दे हैव अ बेटर आई साइट एज अस इन कंपैरिजन टू देम. ठीक है, मतलब उन लोग की आई साइट हम लोग से काफ़ी सही है. दे आर नॉट यूजिंग द स्पेक्ट्स और एनीथिंग लाइक दैट फॉर रीडिंग, राइटिंग और एनीथिंग लाइक दैट. But it is due to this change in food style, change in living style and everything, which is causing us to suffer from various kinds of illness. Since we are very much young enough now, I'm talking about you all only, okay, not myself. ठीक है, आप लोग अभी यंग हो, ठीक है, आपकी इम्यूनिटी पावर बहुत ही ज़्यादा है, ठीक है, एट इट्स पीक लेवल. सो यू डोंट कम अक्रॉस विद दिस. ठीक है, या फिर आपको नहीं लगता है कि हाँ हाँ हम बीमार हैं या फिर कुछ है. बट स्टिल as you are going to grow up little bit much more, if you are not going to follow a healthy lifestyle, if you are not going to take care of yourself, of course you are going to become a part of various kinds of illness which is responsible for the death of millions of people in our own country. Okay, so please do take some initiatives. I know that it is very difficult in saying and doing. ठीक है, मुझे भी पता है कि कहने और करने में बहुत अंतर होता है. But I have told you this, you have to follow some of the rules, guidelines and everything. ठीक है, योगा करिए, 1 ही 2 मिनट करिए, healthy lifestyle, okay, जितनी हो सकती है, ठीक है, जंक फूड्स को अवॉइड करिए, प्लीज ट्राई टू डू इट. एंड एट द सेम टाइम जंक फूड से मुझे याद आया, रीचिंग द एज ऑफ एडोलेसेंस ऑल्सो यू ऑल हैव स्टडीड जस्ट नाउ. So there also for the nutritional benefits or the nutritional diets of the adolescent includes your leafy vegetables, and it has been already said, say no to drugs as well as say no to junk foods. Say no to drugs is an important part. Okay, please do take care, all of you. Global warming, the next one. Okay, so here it is, that is global warming is the gradual rise of air temperature near the earth's surface over the past century. Throughout its existence, the earth has experienced periods of gradual warming and cooling due to natural causes such as volcanic eruptions and variations in the sun's output. However, scientists attribute the increase in the global temperatures in the recent times to human causes, primarily the release of certain gases called greenhouse gases into the atmosphere as a result of industrial activity. They absorb and trap heat emitted from the Earth's surface through a phenomena which is known as greenhouse effect. यहाँ पे मैं आपको एक चीज और नहीं बताऊंगा. Just hold on, please. इसी में पता चल जाएगा. Forget about all these things, okay? Now just try to understand here, that is, after scattering the sun's light or the harmful UV radiations, the sun rays are able to reach to the surface of the earth with less intensity. Okay, when these sun's rays strike the surface of the earth, and when they try to go out from this atmospheric layer, they are stopped by this ozone layer or the other atmospheric layers, and as a result of which these rays are not able to go back to the space or from the place from where they have arrived here. So as a result of this, since they are not able to go into their own, or they are not able to go back to their place from where they have arrived, they remain in our own atmosphere, and this heat is being absorbed by all the different kinds of gases which are present here. Now when we talk about the harmful greenhouse gases, so we have a lot number of names here, like the greenhouse gases when we are talking about. So first and the foremost thing includes your methane, formula CH4, followed by carbon dioxide. The next is your water vapor. Next is your oxides of nitrogen and sulfur as well. Methane, carbon dioxide, water vapor, oxides of nitrogen and sulfur, and any other gases? Yes, the most important one more is there, ozone gas. Okay. अच्छा चलिए, ओजोन से आया तो ओजोन का फॉर्मेशन पहले मैं आप लोग को बता देता हूँ कि ओजोन कैसे बनता है. ओके, मैं कैसे शो करूँगा इसमें. चलिए मैं आपको पिक्चर बना के मैं आपको नेक्स्ट क्लास में शो करता हूँ कैसे ओजोन का फॉर्मेशन होता है. प्लीज डू रिमाइंड मी बिफोर वन डे, दैट इज next week Wednesday, how the ozone is being formed, or if you have it, some of you can share in the query sessions as well. Okay, so this ozone layer, just now we have studied that it is saving us, protecting us from the harmful UV radiations, but here what we are telling that it is one of the greenhouse gases. Okay, now what is the story behind it? Even I was also a little bit surprised to see this. Okay, we used to say that this ozone layer is this ozone gas is not only present in that stratosphere in the form of a ozone layer, but it is also present in the troposphere, that is our atmospheric layer, that is the very first layer which is present over the surface of the earth here. Okay, so since it is present over the surface of the earth as well, this ozone gas which is present in the troposphere is harmful as it is absorbing the heat of that sun's radiations or that sun rays. And when these particles or when these gases they absorb most of the sun's heat, they start giving out radiations or they start giving out heat from themselves. And when they start giving out heat from themselves, that results into the heating up of our atmosphere and thereby heating up of the entire earth globally. Okay, moving ahead, that is resulting into the phenomena global warming here. Okay, the next we have here is, that is, now if you can see here, they absorb and trap heat emitted from the earth's surface through a phenomena known as greenhouse effect, and then they start giving out the heat into the environment only. क्यों? क्योंकि वो खुद अपने इतने ज़्यादा गर्म हो जाते हैं कि अब उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं बचता है. ओके, जैसे हम लोग भी जानते हैं कि जब हम किसी भी गर्म चीज़ को गैस से उतार करके जब हम बाहर रखते हैं तो क्या होता है, वो अपनी हीट हमारे एनवायरनमेंट में ही तो रिलीज करता है. ठीक है, तभी तो वो ठंडा हो जाता है. इन द सेम वे दीज air particles or the harmful greenhouse gases, they also do the same thing here. Okay, the next we have here is, that is the depletion of resources. With the rapid rise in population over the past few decades, the thoughtless use of the earth's natural resources as well as their wastage have created an alarming situation for all of us. Conservation is the protection of resources found in the nature: water, soil, minerals, wildlife and forest. Okay, it encourages people to use the earth's natural resources carefully, judicially, sustainably. We should try to preserve natural resources so that they will still be available for a long time in the future. We should also try to keep the environment clean and healthy as well. Okay, so this was there, we have completed this one. Okay, here little bit I would like to say here, that is when we are talking about the sustainable use of the resources. ठीक है, ये बहुत ही वर्ड कॉमन है. ठीक है, सस्टेनेबल यूज, सस्टेनेबल का मतलब यही होता है कि जो सस्टेन कर जाए, ज़्यादा दिन तक चल जाए. जहाँ तक मुझे लगता है कि जितने फ्रीडम से हम लोग फॉसिल फ्यूल्स का यूटिलाइजेशन कर रहे हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का कर रहे हैं, पानी की बर्बादी कर रहे हैं, जितनी भी चीज़ें हैं, जितनी भी रिसोर्सेस आज हम लोग के पास है, ठीक है, इतनी रिसोर्सेस हम लोग के पेरेंटल जनरेशंस के पास नहीं थी. Okay, that is our fathers, mothers, grandfathers and grandfathers, they were not having the access to all these resources which is present today. Okay, and that is that was the result that they have not destroyed as well. Okay, but since we are getting it in plenty of amount, we are destroying it a little bit much more. Okay, so if we are not going to preserve our natural resources, in that case our future generations, our coming generations, ठीक है, अभी तो हम लोग यूज़ कर लेते हैं, हमें कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है कि कल चीज़ें ख़त्म हो रही हैं कि बन रही है, कल मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, वी आर लीस्ट बॉदर्ड अबाउट इट. लेकिन मेरी एक बात याद रख लीजिए आप लोग, ठीक है, कि इफ़ यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू यूज़ द रिसोर्सेज जुडिशली, द योर जनरेशंस और द कमिंग जनरेशंस, दे आर गोइंग टू ब्लेम यू फॉर दैट. वो आपको गाली ही देंगे और कुछ नहीं करेंगे. ओके, दैट इज़ हमारे पापा मम्मी, ठीक है, सब यूज़ करके चले गए, हमें यहाँ प्रॉब्लम्स में छोड़ गए. ठीक है, कि अपने इतने अच्छे से पानी यूज़ कर रहे थे, गिरा रहे थे, वेस्ट कर रहे थे, हम लोग हैं कि आज बूंद बूंद के लिए हिसाब देना पड़ता है. ओके, एंड इफ पॉसिबल आई विल बी ट्राइंग टू शो यू वन ऑफ द वीडियोज रिलेटेड टू योर दिस ऑक्सीजन मास्क, और सॉरी ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर्स आर देयर. ठीक है, बहुत ही अच्छा वीडियो था, एंड दैट वाज लॉन्ग बैक, दैट इज अराउंड 1 or 2 years बैक ओनली आई हैड इट. I will try to find if I am able to, and if possible I'll be showing you that. That is also related to your this protection of environment only. Okay, let us go ahead with this, as the duration of our classroom has been already increased from 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so I hope we will be able to complete one more chapter here, one more page here. Okay, So in this way we have completed this part, that is page number 60 we have completed, and thereby we have completed our environment. Moving ahead with this, we have the next page number, that is page number 61 of India and the world. And then 61. What is that page number? 61 is not here. Class 8. Alright, just hold on please. I request everyone to please take out your book, as it is not here with me. Maybe I have forgotten or something. I don't know how come. Okay, so when we are talking about page number 61, so we have here is, that is revolutions. Okay, that is the French revolutions and all these things. All right, no problem. I request everyone to please keep your books open so that we will be able to have a healthy discussion here as well. 60 and 61. Okay. Okay, so in the case of page number 61, what we have here is, that is the very first one. Match these important revolutions with the people who were a part of them by writing the correct letters in the boxes. So in this case, just hold the very first one, that is the French revolutions when we are talking about. So in the case of French revolution, the very first answer is your Marie Antoinette, that is your C part. Okay, followed by the next one we have here is, that is the American Revolution. So American Revolution is your George Washington, that is option E. Next we have the Russian Revolution, that is number 3. So we have Vladimir Lenin, and followed by the Industrial Revolution, that is number 4, that is James Hargreaves, that is your alphabet G here. The next we have here is, that is the Glorious Revolution, number 5, that is your William III here. And the Commercial Revolution, number 6, that is your Christopher Columbus. Okay. The Reformation, number 7, we have, that is your Martin Luther. And the last one, the Crusades, we have, that is your Peter the Hermit. Okay, so in this way, okay, moving ahead with this, that is your fact file. The call for liberty, equality and fraternity was given during the French Revolution. Okay. Discuss the similarities among the important revolutions. Let me just check. I hope we have completed this part. No, we have not done. Alright, no problem. So in this way we have completed this page number 61 as well. Okay. So that next we are there with page number 61 has been completed. Okay. Now the next is page number 65. Okay, no problem. I hope all these images are kept in my cell phone, so no problem. I'll be just transferring it to my system, and thereafter we'll be going ahead in the next class with this. Okay, already the time is 33 minutes. Let us start with the current affairs here. Starting with the current affairs we have here is, that is, you have the questions as well for today. Okay, so here it is. The very first one, that is your Andaman and Nicobar Islands become the first union territories to be COVID-19 free. That is, none of the patients are there from this Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, so these islands have become the first union territories to be free from this COVID-19. The union territory reported no active cases of this novel coronavirus, and the last 4 infected people tested negative. The information was shared by the Union Health Minister on February 2nd, 2021. On the other hand, Kerala has the highest number of active COVID cases. Okay. The next we have, that is your Nguyen Phu Trong, re-elected as Vietnam's leader for the third term. That is, he was the chief of ruling Communist Party of Vietnam, was re-elected as the leader of country for the third term. The 76 years old has become the longest surviving leaders of Vietnam for decades. The development was reported by the Vietnam News Agency on January 31st, 2021. Okay. The next we have here is, that is the 13th edition of Aero India show begins at Bengaluru. That is on 3rd of February, that is yesterday, at Bengaluru's Air Force Station, Lahanka or Lahanka. This biggest air show of Asia has been organized by the Defense Research and Development Organization, that is your DRDO, which will exhibit its latest defense technologies and systems during the show. Okay. The next we have here is, that is the Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos to resign in Q3, Andy Jassy to succeed. That is, he is going to be the next CEO of Amazon. He will step down from the company in the third quarter of 2021. The information was shared by Amazon on February 2, 2021. Post his resignation, the CEO of Amazon Web Services, Andy Jassy, will succeed Bezos in Q3. Bezos will take over the role of executive chair of company's board. Okay. If you would have gone through the news channels and everything, or the newspapers, this Amazon is now a lot there in the news regarding some of the incidents, taxes, or some of the activities which are being done by the Amazon, which is not permissible by the country as per the law or anything like that. Okay. The next we have here is, that is the Chauri Chaura centenary celebrations to be inaugurated on February 4th. The first thing which I would like to tell you here, that is the centenary means that is completing 100 years or once in 100 years. Okay, like once in a year, so this means once in 100 years. So this Chauri Chaura centenary celebrations will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on February 4th, that is today, 2021, through video conferencing. PM Modi will release a postal stamp on the Chauri Chaura incident to mark the occasion. ये चौरी चौरा इंसिडेंट के नाम से काफ़ी फेमस है, and I hope in this train was put to fire in some kind of dispute or anything like that. As per my knowledge, you would be having much better it, as you all have studied about in history as well. Okay, so these are some of the questions. You have 5 questions here. I hope not less, not more. Here it is. Okay, you have all of them in one shot. You can click the pictures, take the screenshot, whatever you feel like as per your feasibility. 4 questions, 14, 15. In the last class we have completed till 13. So now it's time for 14 to 18. Please try to complete it. Take the screenshot, take the pictures, and please do not forget to share your results there, because that is the most important one. Okay, I want each and every one of you to participate in this. This is going to help you a lot. Okay, at the time of your Ramanujan or at the time of your any kind of competitive examinations. All right, I hope you have taken the pictures and everything. All right, Now if you go ahead with this, so in this way we have completed 2 page numbers, that is your 60 and 61, along with the current affairs questions and everything. In the next class we'll be going ahead with some more page numbers which are given here, okay, which are there in our syllabus, and most probably, as I hope, we have to complete the syllabus as well on time, and we will be able to do that. Don't worry for that. Okay, this was all for today. Thanks a lot for being with me, and have a superb day ahead. Thank you.